the great thing about turtles is that they are ocean ambassadors. All of the turtles in our facility have been rescued along our coastline. Everything from small hatchlings that fit into your hand to 100-kilogram turtles that have stranded. And we have a whole network of people that assist in rescuing and transporting those turtles to our facility. Once they're here, we focus on offering the best possible care for them. So we have a turtle hospital. We have really good nutrition and food that we give them. We have team members working on enrichment, so keeping the turtles engaged and active mentally. And then also helping keeping the tanks clean. We really focus on excellent medical care and also the life support, the water that the turtles live in. It's all really important to help get them ready for release again. And that is the goal for every single turtle that's in our rehab program, is to be released. So the Oceans Aquarium Foundation has 3 key areas of work that they do. We focus a lot on education because education is the core of everything, and that's education from cradle to grave. We also have a big focus on research in the space that we're in, but also broader research programs. And then conservation, which is where I'm involved, where our turtle program sits, and where the broader work in our marina and waterfront district also occur.
So this over here is Bob. He's a green sea turtle that came to us in 2014 as a sub-adult. And the reason he came is he had hurt his plastron, so he had fractures, and he had eaten a lot of plastic, mostly balloons and plastic bags. And unfortunately, that led to Bob getting infection in his brain, known as encephalitis. So we weren't sure if Bob was gonna make it. He had gone blind, he was not eating, but he luckily pulled through, but that has left him with permanent brain damage. And because of that, we thought that he was not releasable. However, a little over a year ago, we started observing him and we saw that he was displaying a lot of these natural behaviors that we like to see in sea turtles. And so we decided we'd do some enrichment with him and see if we can help him get released. So enrichment is basically a series of activities and devices like puzzles and games for us, but specially made for turtles so that they can display species-specific behaviors. So one thing we wanted to see with Bob is a decrease in stereotypic behaviors and an increase in exploratory behaviors. So stereotypic behaviors is something they do when they're stressed or bored, and exploratory is natural behaviors like swimming around, hiding, feeding. And we did see all that, which was super cool. And we have different kinds of enrichment to do that. Each turtle gets their own enrichment plan, so depending on their trauma and their need. And the one we did today together is known as the maze enrichment. It's a cognitive enrichment, which means Bob needs to work for reward. And this one has been particularly great for him because he had a hard time navigating through obstacles. And this helped him a lot to realize his body and his space and to be able to get through things. So basically we just put platforms to make a little maze or labyrinth, and then we scattered food around and Bob has to navigate through that. The trick is to hold the panels still because Bob will try and cheat and try to push them away. But yeah, he's been doing amazing and we're hoping that he'll be released this year. So super cool stuff, I think.
So basically, we're doing health rounds. So at the start of every Tuesday, we'll assess the turtles. So each turtle will have their own category from where we start. So we'll start with sloughing, calcification, shell hardness, granuloma, body condition, puffiness, eyes and nares. From there on, it will deduce whether we need to do bloods or x-rays. In general, we do quite a few treatments. So for sloughing, for example, we do wipe downs. For general wound treatments, we could do wounding. If the turtle shows us various issues, we could maybe take some blood samples. We have an x-ray machine, so we can see immediately if there's a lung issue or a bone issue specifically. And in that case, you know, we can treat it immediately or get the responses that we need immediately. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few things we have on site to be able to treat them while we have them here, which is really, really exciting for us.
So this is little number 50. He's positively buoyant, which means he floats too much, and he has lungs that are actually 3 times the size of your average hatchling. So we're not entirely sure what is going on there, but that's why he's here, just for extra monitoring and seeing what's going on there. So this is the quarantine area. All of our hatchlings upon intake come immediately into quarantine. This is just so that we can monitor them as carefully as possible, see if they're eating, see if they're defecating, notice if there's any asymmetry in how they sit in the water, check their buoyancy. Are they not able to dive, or are they sinking? It's only if we notice anything that could possibly be concerning, then we will take them into the clinic and we may take bloods and x-rays. So yeah, it could be anything from a wound to sloughing to just a general, we need to keep an eye on this one.
So turtles are great messengers. They're great ambassadors for the oceans. And my wish for people who watch your program and who come to visit our aquarium is that they feel this connection with the ocean, because every one of us needs the ocean to survive, and the ocean is in danger. And turtles are coming to us, they strand and they are in our care, and they tell us these messages of how much danger our oceans are in. So I would love for us all to feel a deep connection and love for the ocean, and as a result of that, therefore, go out in our daily lives to work to protect it.